those of you who are interested in my weight loss journey, I just wanted to share an exciting piece of news with you. I have lost 100 pounds, well, just over 100 pounds actually, in weight, which is a little bit over 45 kilograms and over 7 stone. That's a lot of weight. That is a couple of check-in suitcases at the airport. And I have to say, I really do feel like I've lost that much. I'm feeling so much better. And it's not just the sheer fact that the weight has gone. It's a kind of mental shift. I'm much more smiley. People talk to me more. And I think that's because I'm more smiley. I'm perhaps a little bit more confident in myself. I'm trying to work out a whole new language in that kind of, in the way that people perceive me, a whole new language in the outside world. It's a very different space when you're 2 suitcases lighter. So what is 2 suitcases lighter? Well, in the UK, I have gone down from a size 24 on my bottoms to a size 18 on my bottoms, and I'm about a size 16 to 18 maximum on my top. So that's really amazing. I've gone down a few bra sizes. I just can feel things that I've never felt before. When I'm lying down, I can feel my ribs, my hips, my bones in my leg. Both I've got 2 legs. And I can just feel everything. It's that stuff was all very, very much hidden before. And it makes things a bit bonier, really, a bit sharper, I suppose. It's kind of weird because I've never, ever really been able to feel my rib cage that I can remember. And now when I lie down, it sort of sticks out. It's kind of odd. I suppose everybody's used to that. I started this fantastic weight loss journey mid-August last year. And that means I've been doing the injections since then, which is about 8 months. So I've lost 100 pounds in 8 months. That's a lot a month. Most of the weight came off up until sort of the new year. And it's been a lot slower in the last sort of January, February, March, April. But even so, I'm still losing a lot of weight. I mean, I have lost sort of 12, 13 kilos in the last January, February, March, April, the last 4 months. So that's not bad at all. And I'm very happy if I lose another, I will get to my goal weight losing another 12 to 14 kilograms. So let's just see where I am mid-August this year. I'm sure I will have reached my goal weight. I may even be a little bit less than that. And bearing in mind that I have an awful lot of sort of loose skin everywhere, I then have to sort of think about what's going to happen to that. So it's not going to be the end of my journey. My journey's really just beginning. But I think one of the really important things, if you're thinking about taking one of these weight loss jabs, is that actually you have to sort of retrain your brain in a way. Well, they really help to retrain your brain because you lose all of the food noise. You don't have these cravings. You don't have this sort of, wanting sugar or snacks or whatever it is. You certainly can't eat fatty food. You just can't. It just goes straight through your body. So there's just no point even trying. And why would you? So it's really a mind over matter thing, which these medications really help with. It's also change of lifestyle thing. So for me, getting Clemmy, my little pup, has meant that I go outside and walk him at least once a day. I've gone from doing less than 1,000 steps a day to doing sometimes 11, 12,000 on average, probably about 8,000, 9,000. And that's only when I've got my phone with me. So just wandering around the house and wandering around the garden and doing sort of local stuff. I don't bother to count my steps. So it's a real game changer. It's a game changer from a health aspect point of view. It's a game changer from getting out in nature. It's a game changer meeting new people, especially having a puppy, especially having a dog. A cute dog like Clemmy means that everybody just wants to talk to you. Men, women, children, young people, old people, whoever they are, shopkeepers, people in the street, people when you're on a walk. It's really lovely. In fact, it's a complete life transformation. It's a life transformation for the better. And although, yes, these drugs I have to pay for, they are not horrendously expensive. I probably save the amount of money I spend on them each month on food and alcohol. In the UK, I'm spending about £50 a week on my injections, and I'm sure that the prices will go down. And also they're bringing in, I think they've just been doing tests on a tablet, on pills as well, which they think is going to be a lot better because it's going to be cheaper to produce. There are no plastic injection pens that, end up having to be recycled, so there's not so much waste. And they'll be more accessible. People can just, take them. It's not going to be like taking an injection. And they say they work as well. So this is a whole new exciting era for people like me who have always been overweight. We've always been victimised. We've always been the pariah in the room. We've always been the person who's the failure, because how could they let themselves get so obese and so overweight? Well, I'm telling you now, chaps, all of those who are slim, and all of you who have never had a weight or addiction problem, addiction being alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever it is, buying things, whatever it is to fill that void. Just realise, please, and take a good long look before you write comments on this video at what you say about people like us, people like me. Because I had 60 years nearly, well, probably a good 50 of those years of being very overweight. And nothing is the same when you're overweight. You don't get the choice of the jobs that you want. You don't get the choice of the partners you want. You settle often for second best, or for something that you're not really particularly happy with because you don't think anybody else is going to want you, or no other workplace is going to want you. Yes, that might be a psychological lack of worth problem, but with that lack of worth problem, the weight issue, the being overweight, was tied to that. So before you jump on the bandwagon and start criticising people like me for being overweight, people who are perfectly good, perfectly, very talented and attractive in my own right, then just look at whether or not you have to think about food. Do you think about food, or do you have to force yourself to eat? Do you enjoy your food when you have it, but you're not really that bothered when you don't? Do you sort of pre-plan menus? Do you have food noise in your head 100% of the time, wondering what you're going to have for supper, wondering what you can snack on? Think about that, because a lot of people who are overweight or obese have those noises rattling around in their heads the entire time. And once you get to a certain weight, believe me, it's very difficult to exercise. I live in a village. I can walk everywhere now without even thinking twice about it. I just go down the road to pick up some money from the dispenser, to go and get my medication from the pharmacy, to go and get a pint of milk from the grocery store, whatever it is. Before, I was literally walking outside the door, if I was going to walk outside the door, with a couple of check-in suitcases dragging along, not even dragging, holding them up and carrying them with me. Imagine that! Imagine 2 check-in suitcases everywhere you wanted to go. It's a real hindrance, and actually you just can't manage it. You can't do it. And the strain it puts on your heart and your mental health is just phenomenal. I was so conscious of the way I looked. I would hide away. I ended up hiding away and hibernating for a very long time. In fact, I'm only just coming out into the real world again. And that's got a lot to do with me taking Mounjaro and feeling so much more in control of my body and my brain and my mind, and not having food as the sort of the elephant in the room, really, that was there goading me and sort of sitting on my back the whole time. Your feelings of worthlessness when you are overweight or morbidly obese are astronomically massive. They override everything else. You feel worthless. You don't think anybody's going to want to be your friend. And you certainly don't think that people are going to want you around, because why would they? You're the odd one out. Everybody else is slim in their bikinis or their whatever, swimming trunks or whatever it is. And there you are in a huge, great big caftan, like the beached whale by the side of the pool that can't even get up off the sun lounger. In fact, can't even lie on a sun lounger for fear of breaking it, or for fear of not being able to get up. So you just kind of loll around and roll around the place like the odd one out. And it's really, really demoralizing. And yes, you could say, Why don't you do something about it? Why did you leave it like to get to that point? Blah, 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 blah. Actually, when you're in that situation, it's very hard to do something about it until you kind of reach rock bottom. And I was so fortunate to go and stay with a friend of mine who I couldn't believe, she looked so amazing. And she told me that she'd been doing these injections, and I just ordered them straight away because I'd heard about them, but I hadn't kind of been 100% convinced until I saw her and the phenomenal results and how amazing she looked and how she was just so much chirpier and so much happier. So that is where I'm at the moment. I am 8 months in on my weight loss journey. I have lost 100 pounds, which is a huge milestone, off my neck, and I'm getting there. And for anybody who is considering making the change and going and doing something like I've done, I recommend that you talk to your general practitioner, talk to your GP, your doctor, and make sure that you get all the right advice and make sure that you thoroughly do your homework and just, think about changing your lifestyle, not just taking the injections. It might be a quick fix, but it's not going to sort of be long term, I don't think, unless you start exercising and really changing your patterns of behaviour. And I really do believe that that you'll be able to with this medication, because it certainly got my brain into gear, and it was pretty effortless, really, to be honest. And I think that had I not got Clemmy, my puppy, I would have probably been going out walking anyway and going out into nature anyway, because the urge that is there, you just want to get things done. And you know, when you're on this medication, you just want to get things done. You want to get stuff done. You don't want to live in a mess. You want to be organised and on it. And that's definitely what Mounjaro has done to help me. And I'm so close to my goal. I mean, my original goal was to get to 90 kilos. I'm 92 kilograms now. And I really want to get to 80. But maybe when I get to 80, I'll then decide I want to get to 75. Who knows? It would be really amazing. I mean, how amazing would that be to get into the 70s? I would be thrilled. But we'll see. We'll see what it does to my face. So far, I don't think it's really affected my face. People talk about this Ozempic face or Mounjaro face, but I don't think it's really affected mine. I've got, my lines are deeper, but I am nearly 60. I think I'm doing okay. And I hardly wear any makeup, so I think what you see is what you get. And I've got a little bit of this here, but apart from that, I think my face is doing pretty well. The rest of my body's a bit saggy, but anyway, such is life. I can hide it with clothes. I can remember my stepmother saying to me once, Lisa, you can sit on your bottom, but you can't sit on your face. In other words, your face looks great, doesn't matter about your bum. So on that lovely message of encouragement, I shall love you and leave you. And I just, as I said, I wanted to share with you what I think is a phenomenal achievement. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm very grateful to the inventors of Mounjaro and all of those weight loss jabs out there. Let me know what you're doing. If you're doing anything similar, I'd love to hear your journey and what you're up to and how you're doing on it too. Or if you're thinking about it. Lots and lots of love. Bye-bye.